Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the finale for my whole collection project pan. I did consider extending this one more month, but a lot of my friends are doing their finales this month. I did just start a new rolling project pan and I'm just excited to have more freedom in the month of December when it comes to my makeup usage. So I have decided to end this project now, so it only went for 11 months, but this project will be coming back around next year on my channel with the same sort of tweaks I made a couple of months ago with just a few less products, more hard or traditional panning goals, etc. But I didn't meet my goal on anything for this finale, which is kind of a bummer. So let's just hop into it. As always, I start with my Milani eyeshadow primer. I used this 15 times since the last update, which means I've done my makeup 16 times since the last update because I did use my Juvia's Place like more white eye primer for a brighter eye look I did. I have used this 65 times since rolling it into this project like 6 months ago. And it really hasn't changed visually all that much, but I can say that this will be gone by the end of the year because I have to work so hard to get enough eye primer out of here to prime my eyes. But each day I think, oh, this was so hard to get any primer out, it must be empty. The next day I can still manage to get just enough out of here. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like eye primer takes forever to use. This I must have used like 300 times or something ridiculous since I have owned it. I would love to track an eyeshadow primer like from beginning to end to see how long it takes. And this one is really great from the drugstore and I would consider repurchasing this in the future, not right now. But yeah, it's still not gone after 65 uses in this project. My ColourPop Lumiere lip liner I used 9 times since the last update for a total of 30 uses in this project. My goal is to finish this as well, but I can't believe how slow moving it is. So with 30 uses, I've only used about a centimeter of progress on my paper. That's less than half an inch. Do Americans use centimeters? I have a very hard time because I feel like Canada mixes like UK measurements and American measurements. I used my First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone primer 10 times since the last update for a total of 33 uses in this project. I was able to make a new line today. Ooh, it's very bright, which is right here. Last month I was here. I think we lost an air bubble in here somewhere where we made this big jump. But I have about a third of this product left, maybe a half when you factor in that it's not filled right to the top. I have used this primer 44 times like since I have owned it. My goal is to finish it. It is not finished, but I did make a pretty good dent in here and think I can definitely finish this next year. I used my Soul Body Gradual Tanner 2 times since the last update, bringing me up to 6 out of 10 uses for this project. I am just not really tanning now that it is cold outside, mostly because just in winter when, like, especially as a stay-at-home / work-from-home mom, like I go nowhere. I live in a rural community. It is freezing cold outside, and to tan properly you have to like exfoliate and shave really well and do like all of this prep work, moisturize, and then put this on, and honestly I can't be bothered to stand naked for that long in the winter when it's so cold and nobody is going to see it. I do like to still tan. I've been tanning like my chest and my shoulders and up my neck so that some of my foundations that aren't like absolute lightest match my face still a little bit, but like I just gave y'all way too much information. I only used this 6 out of 10 times. My Sei Bella Nail polish I did use one time, bringing me up to 3 out of 5 uses. I left it on my nails as proof, even though it's so chipped. I really wanted to paint my nails today, and I will after filming this video, but painting nail polish just isn't my thing. I keep putting it into this project because that is the whole point of it being completely roulette, and or else I wouldn't properly work on nail polishes, but every single time it's a chore. And I have over 50 nail polishes that I really do need to get more use out of, and through this project I'm able to use them a couple of times, make sure they're still good, etc. A bunch of you have told me to get like a nail polish thinner, but one, I don't want one additional product. I don't want to spend my money on an additional product. I don't paint my nails that much. If one of my polishes is 10 or 15 years old and it is thick and gloopy, I am okay with throwing it in the garbage. Okay, before hopping into the 2 eyeshadows in this project, the product I rolled in last time with a goal of 30 uses was my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer, which was depotted into this compact. And in the last update, I was swatching it, being like, this feels kind of weird. I did like assume it would dry out in this packaging, but I literally couldn't use it in the broken packaging anymore. So it was a risk I was willing to take, if you will. I used this one time. Now I can smell that it smells like awful Play-Doh, like Play-Doh that's been open for way too long, but it didn't smell like that I noticed before. But I used this one time, and the next day I had a very bad like cystic breakout on each of my cheeks and one on each like side of my jaw where I used this product. So obviously it has gone bad. It broke me out. This is unfortunately getting decluttered. Now onto the 2 eyeshadow palettes I had in this project. From my ABH Sultry palette, I'm working on the shade Teak. Teak. My husband's making fun of me. Which is right here. I have used this 6 times since the last update for a total of 10 uses in this project. My goal is to hit pan on this. I feel like I have made a dent in here, but no pan yet, and no pan for this project, unfortunately. Again, only 10 uses. For someone like me, that is not enough to hit pan, that is for sure. So again, this is a product I didn't meet my goal on. However, this is going back upstairs along with my Milani eyeshadow primer to make more progress in before the end of the year, and I'm really happy with how much more loved this palette is looking since it being in this project. And the last item comes from my ColourPop Lilac You A Lot palette, and it's the shade Zoned Out, which is this one right here. I used this 5 times since the last update for a total of 8 uses in this project. This doesn't really have a dip or anything in there. It's a ColourPop matte shadow. It's a very light transition kind of shade too. Not one that maybe I would want to build up like maybe one of the deeper shades. So I really didn't think I would be able to hit pan on this shade, but with 8 total uses I certainly didn't get there. But I was happy to be using this palette. I think I used every shade, maybe except for this more pinky toned one up here, while it was in my everyday makeup drawer. So like I said, I didn't have any goals met for this finale, which is kind of a bummer, but I am happy that I got some additional use on these products. I'm happy that with things like the primer and the lip liner, I did make a dent in them that I can continue to make progress in next year, especially this lip liner. I'm panning the matching lippy stick in my Rolling Project 10 pan, so I think again this will just go upstairs and continue to get use on this one as well. We discovered a product that had gone bad in my collection. I have used this quite a bit. I used it quite a bit earlier this year and it was fine, but it is not fine now, and I've discovered it and I'm able to reduce my inventory numbers appropriately. My voice is disappearing. So thank you guys so much for watching my whole collection project pan finale. Let me know if you're excited for me to do this project again next year. Are you doing this project next year? I would love to chat with you. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support on Vlogmas so far. I will see you in my next video. Bye!